Okay, welcome back. So this is uh, exercise 9-2. So we're going to do the sheet setup and management of sheet sets. So first things first, we're going to create names, views in our resource drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm on page 9-19. And so I've opened up my exterior elevations and I'm going to zoom into the south elevation. Go ahead and pan. And now I'm going to type in the letter V and enter. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a view. And I'm going to go ahead and hit new. Type in south elevation. And define window. And put a window around. There we go. And so I'm going to hit enter. Hit OK. Oh, and if this doesn't look like the text, this arrow brings down more of the menu. So it looks more like the figure 9-2.2. Okay, so now I got that. Hit OK. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and replace that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that with the rest of the elevations. And I already have them there. So we'll move along. And hit OK. And so I'm going to open up the other drawings and do the same thing. V. And got the basement floor plan. Let's edit boundaries. Okay, that's there. You would probably do a new one. I already did this, so yeah, just hit new, name it basement floor plan, and then do the whole process again. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this with all the drawings, as well as the additional tasks. Just name them, appropriately. So if you have a wall section, name it wall section. If you have a stair detail, name it stair detail, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of them, and I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and went through every one of them. Now I'm just going to save all of them. So I'm just going to go to every single one of them and just Control S real quick. And I only opened up a certain amount. I didn't open up every single one of them, but you'll get the idea. So, all right. Get rid of this. Delete. All right. Control S. Okay. So, we got to open up Sheetset Manager. And so, let's go ahead and do that. So if your Sheetset Manager isn't already up, you can go to the View tab, and Sheetset Manager is right here. There. Oh, go ahead and click on that, and here it is. Go ahead and hit open. Oh, no, I'm sorry, new sheet. And we want to click on an example and hit next. And basically we're getting a template. And we want this architectural imperial sheet set. And it's already there. Hit next. And we got to name it. So Stein Residence Project. And so now we have that. We'll go ahead and click on next. And finish. Okay, so now we need to. So now we're going to add the properties info. But first, I want to talk about what we've been given. And so this is typically a project in this particular order. You have your general notes, general information, your architecturals. So a lot of the drawings that we did, structural from structural engineers, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, if there's fire protection, civil engineering, and landscape. Now you don't have to use all of them, but we can add stuff as we generate or receive drawings from all these professionals. And so anyway, so right now we're going to add project information to the sheet set. So we're going to right click on here, go to properties, and now we can add client, Mr. Stein, and add values 1, 2, 3, 4, skyline. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill this out, and I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and add the project information. So the client's Mr. Stein, project's name Stein Residence. Let me capitalize residence. And then just hit OK. And now we're going to get into creating sheets for placing name views. And so, all right, so here we go. We just right click on architectural because we're going to add all our drawings to the architecturals. And this is the same process if you have structural drawings from structural engineer. Just right click new sheet and just add their drawing. So we're going to do the architectural. Go to new sheet, and we are going to name this. Well, I'm going to name this A1 because I did not do a title sheet. And if I wanted to add a title sheet later, I can, just same process, and just call this site plan. And so we'll do the site plan first, and then the basement floor plan, first floor plan, and second floor plan. So if you look on page 9-29, that's basically the order it goes in. After the title sheet, there's and before any floor plans, there's always a site plan. So we're going to reorder the names a little bit, and um, some firms do this a little differently. Like all the floor plans are on A2, and it'll be A2.1, A2.2, A2.3. The elevations might be A3, and if you have two sheets, it'd be A3.1 and A3.2. And so we'll just go with what the book has for now. That way it makes more sense. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's see. And I want to make sure I have that right. Site plan. Okay. And then hit OK. And I'm going to do this for the remainder of all the sheets. And so I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and I named all of them, and actually I made one sheet for the title sheet, and I did that last. And I wanted to show you I can reorder this by just left click holding and just drag and drop. And that's it for that. So now we're going to move on to we're going to browse the Sheetset file folders, and then we're going to go ahead and there we go. And notice everything is already filled out. Date. And so that's pretty cool. And I'm sure there's a way to modify these title blocks to personalize it, but we just don't have time for that. So I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there somewhere that shows you how to personalize all of these. All right. So one cool thing about Sheetsets is I can open up. It literally makes a drawing for each of these, an AutoCAD file for each of these, and so I can go back to any one of these and open them all up if I wanted to. And so there we go. And so if you zoom in, everything's updated. Project name and address, and you could even probably put firm name as well. I'm sure there's a way to do that, to customize that. But again, we're just showing you how to do the sheet set. All right, so let's continue. So I'm going to go to the site plan, and now I want to add the model views that we already specified. So click there, add new location. Right click, add new location. And now I am going to find the location of that. Where? Nope, I guess I misplaced it. Okay. Alright, so there it is. I went ahead and opened that, and looks like it populated everything. And so that is the model view. Oh, so now I need to get the site plan. And there it is. Bam. All right. And so now we're going to go to the sheet set list, and we're going to go to the exterior elevation, and we are going to click on the model view, click on the plus, and then we're going to click and drag the south elevation onto here. And I probably forgot to size this. And so, there we go. And that's okay. This is at 1:1. We probably need to do this at quarter scale. And south elevation. And so all I'm doing is I'm resizing this viewport. And now I'm going to move this over here. Here is the south elevation. And let's tighten this up. Let's move this. Over here. And this is a A-5. Yeah. Hit OK. Let's just call it A5. There we go. Apply. Okay. There we go. And the scale is at 1 foot is equal to quarter inch. Why is this doing this? Okay. 1 foot is equal to 1/4 inch. Just like that. Oop. Kind of. -0. There we go. Apply, hit OK. Alright, so that's the south elevation. And I can move this up a little bit and add another elevation if I want. So let's see. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all the plans. I'm just going to drag from these sheets onto here. So that was south. Let's do east. And let me right click to change the scale. And there we go. So that may not work on here. Yeah, let's change this to a different scale. 3/16. There we go. And now I can go ahead and adjust these viewport grips. Let's move this over here. Let's move this up and over. Actually, this can. So how your drawings should be, they should be close to here. And this should not be A5. This should be let's say 2. And this needs to be 1. Change the scale to, we just changed it to 3/16. So 3/16 of an inch is equal to 1 foot. Hit apply, hit OK. Alright, so that's the east elevation. And let's bring down this. Let's tighten this up. These are the viewports, and I want to move this. There we go. And I want these to match up, so when you're setting these up, make sure they line up. Move, and there we go. Alright, delete this, delete that. I'm happy with that. So I got 2 of my elevations on that, and I'm going to go ahead and populate the rest. And so let's go back to sheet lists. I can go over here to site plan, open that up, go to sheet views. I'm sorry, model views. Click that off, site plan, and drag and drop. And so this one, let's do this at 1/16. Nope. Let's try 3/32. Nope. Let's try 1/8. There we go. Yeah, 3/16 is way too big. So we'll do 8 scale. There we go. And I don't know why my north didn't show up, but we'll figure that out later. Alright, so that's 8 scale, and this is just 1. There we go. And so what the 1 indicates, and I probably should explain this better, is that I'm going to move this over here. let's go to back to sheet list. We'll go to A5. And so when I start doing notations on the plans, I need to reference on, let's say, the site plan where, or the floor plan, what elevation is what. And so let's see the first floor plan. And let's go to model views, first floor plan. Right click, go to quarter scale. There we go. And I know I'm not explaining what I said I was going to explain. All right. So you're supposed to indicate with callouts what elevations what, and you're supposed to do that on your plans, your floor plans. And so there is a particular callout for elevations, and we'll get to that, but we got to reference it. And so that call out will say, okay, I don't remember which side elevate. Let's just say this is the south side. South elevation, there's an arrow pointing this way, indicating that this call out is referencing an elevation, and this elevation is going to be on a different page. It's going to be on A-5, and the number that is referencing, because there's going to be two different elevations on that page, is number 1. And if I have, an east side over here, I'll put that same call out, but it'll be A5 2. And so when I go over to the A5, I'm like, oh, okay, that's the east elevation, that's the south elevation. So I got it backwards. So you got to reference that, and essentially you got to make it foolproof for the person who's viewing this. And anyway, since there's only going to be 2 elevations on here, I can go ahead and move this and kind of center it, and that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and open all the rest and add more model views. I'll be right back to show you the final thing. Alright, so I'm just essentially repeating the process for all of these. So I right click, quarter scale, and this is my section. I could have more than one section, and again, that's another reason why I add this value of 1. And if we had more time, I would have liked to have everyone do one more section, but it is what it is. And so there we go. Alright, and now that one's done, so go back to sheet list, and I'm just gonna keep going down the line. Okay, model views, and I forgot what sheet list. Wall section. So model views, wall section. So wall section, and this is important too, to number them. You can number them, or sections, actually you should letter them, so there should be like A. I actually should have labeled it. So A-A. Just A, that's fine. As long as somebody can reference this. And, these are all to scale. And so, you might have more than one wall section in a plan, but we only did one. You might have, 5 or 10. It really depends. So let me go back to this, and let me go back to this building section, and this should be A. And I take that back. This should be 1. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the building section should be letters. The wall, any type of other section, wall sections, should be back to numbers. And let's go to interior elevation. Okay, half. Let's just do. There you go. This should also be a 1. And typically, your elevations, interior elevations, will be the same size as your exterior elevations. So I probably should have did this at 3/16. Alright, so I'm gonna... so let me show you something. These are viewports, and I can move these like so. I know mine's a little different. I just drew something real fast. And so, but you get the idea. So your first floor bathroom is, if I could spell it correctly. There we go. Elevation. And when you name something, make sure you bring that all the way over. And you can bring the scale over here. Some people do that, and that's okay. Or I'll just leave it the way it is. But the whole name should be underlined. There we go. All right. Let's see. Sheet list and schedule. I probably could have thrown the schedule on A-10, but where is my schedule? So I'm wondering if I actually saved it. Ah, yes, it's here. There we go. And that could be number 1 as well. Center it. Make it look good. Alright, that's fine. I'm good with that. This... Yeah, I need to take this, change it to A11. I'm going to go through every sheet. Oh, let's undo that. Alright, let's not mess with that. Yeah. Cancel. Wow. A11, hit apply. Let's see, hit OK. Yeah, let's undo that. Alright, so don't put the dash. That's just a habit. Just put A11, A1, A2, A3, A4, A0. Alright, that's it. Oh, so let's go back to home. And real quick, if I want to say go to sheet list, and let's just say I want to publish this to PDF, I can do all of it, the whole project. And it'll get done when it gets done. That's it. So yeah, right here, publish. Let's close. So publish to PDF. You can also package this in such a way that it will, you can send it out to other professionals, and that includes all your XREFs and blocks and everything. And we'll go ahead and see if I can. Yeah, here it is, e-transmit. This is important. If you're ever going to send something to an engineer or another architect and they need everything, if you don't use e-transmit, all your blocks and everything is not going to get packaged correctly. And they're going to be missing stuff, and they're going to be calling you, and you're like, I don't know why. E-transmit. It'll package everything involved in this sheet set. Alright, so that's it. That's how you do sheet sets and publish to PDF.